Hello, this is a video I'm making to help you guys set up your GoGuardian with your scenes, your scheduling, your tab limits, everything that you would want to do ahead of a school year. Don't look at the date, it's not the beginning of the school year. But this will be very helpful, especially because you don't really want to be paying attention to it every day. You want to set it and forget it, right? Which is what you can do on GoGuardian. So the district should make you automatically these Google Classrooms, right? You can change the names and stuff if you want to, but I changed the colors. There's a lot of settings you can get into, but the main thing that I want to show you guys is a scene, okay? Over here on the left, there are two types of scenes. The one on the right, I don't use. This is where you would block each website one by one, right? Which if you don't want them to use a certain website, you can block it and block it and block the next one and the next one, and it gets pretty tedious, and you're playing whack-a-mole. Over here on the left, that blocks everything. And then you add a website that you want to be allowed in your classroom. So I'll show you the one I have. You can make multiple. I only use one though, right? I have a big list here of all these different websites that I allow, okay? It started off with 0, okay, when I made this scene, and then over the years I add a little bit more and a little bit more, right? So I've got some graphing websites or calculators that I don't mind using, okay? If I wanted to add something else, I can search for it here, maybe like Google Docs, and I'll search for that. And a bunch of things will show up. There's Google Classroom, Google Docs, Google Drive, right? Maybe Gmail. I can add it if I want, but I don't really want to add Gmail because I don't need them emailing during class, right? But I've got a huge list of different things that are through here, right? And as they pop up, or as students go to these websites, they'll be allowed. If they go to something else, they will not be allowed. From that page, right, if it's the first time, like, oh yeah, I want to add this website. Sometimes something pops up and I wanted them to use it and I forgot to unblock it. Well, while they're using it during that certain class period time, I can unblock it and add it to this, right? It's my ongoing list of websites that I allow, right? You're going to have to unblock ClassLink, unblock Google Classroom, right? There's a lot you unblock, but once you do it the first time, you don't have to keep unblocking it. It'll be on your list forever. Here's an extra part here that's super important too, a tab limit, okay? No limit will be automatic, right? But I would put a tab limit. There's a way some kids get around GoGuardian is by spamming all the tabs. They open up a bunch of them, in which case, you know, by the 40th tab, GoGuardian can't keep up and they get to play games on whatever tab, right? So a tab limit very much helps, okay? Once you've got your list, you can save it and come back to it again or use different types of scenes for different types of activities or lessons that you're doing, right? Now, with my classrooms, I want to add that scene and make it a default, right? So that it's always blocking certain things and I don't have to create a tedious task for me to do it at every single start of every single period. To change the settings in one of these classes, I'm going to go to Settings and Edit Class. Once I've done that, there's two tabs here that I'm going to use. The Info tab is where I'm going to create and add my default scene. I want to put that one that I made here so that every time it opens, it's already automatically going, and I'll update that. Then I'm going to go to Scheduling. Now, I've already made these schedules, right? You'll see there's two. One for the Wednesday, since we have the minimum days, one for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? Now, it takes a second on the first day to do all this, right? You got to put all the times in for all period 1, put all the times in for the next class, and the next class, and the next class. But once you have it, they're set for the rest of the school year. The only one you'd have to change would be period 5 when the semester changes, right? But until then, on this scheduling, right, you can add here. You put the start day and the end day. Just figure out what day is the last day of school. And the start time and end time for each period. You want to start at the first minute of the period into the last minute of the period. You don't need to go into passing period or other people's periods for different times. That way you avoid the overlap that happens every once in a while, right? And then of course you want it to repeat, right? If it's the Wednesday one or it's a custom one, you can add the specific days, whatever you want, okay? I'll delete that one because I've already got mine set up for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then my separate one for Wednesdays. Every once in a while, we've got testing or there's a PSAT or something funky with the schedule, a minimum day for finals, right? At the beginning of that day, you'll have some options up here, and it'll say you've got this many sessions ahead of schedule today, right? Well, you would cancel all those real quick, and then the schedule doesn't happen for the rest of the day. You can still start a session whenever you want, but those already auto-generated ones that you've scheduled, you can delete or keep every day. All right? That's how you set it up. If you have questions, you can let me know. But you want to do all this for a couple reasons. One, you want to block them from doing all the stupid stuff they don't need to do and distract themselves. It sets it up easier, and then they stop even trying because they know they can't, right? And you want to also schedule these because you are in charge of these kids, and you are supposed to be monitoring them, and there's a bunch of them and only one of you. So if you can get GoGuardian to set up and go every day from start to finish of the period, you have that monitoring list and recording of all the websites they went to and all the things they've done, right? I know that it has saved me on different occasions when they try to find out who sent a certain message at one time, and they go back and they can find from my GoGuardian screen, from my lesson, when that message was sent and who sent it, right? So this is very helpful for a lot of different reasons. Please make sure to set them up and ask me questions if you need it. Thanks.